have to add uh, yeah. uh, Is yeah. So wait, how did it work when you were playing games with Sin? Mm-hmm. Oh. Is it potential that your Discord audio goes, it doesn't go to your default output? Oh yeah. Speaking. Speaking. Okay, I can test that by going like this. Is it working? Am I able to be heard? Or yeah. I yeah, it is a bit odd. It is. Sorry. Sorry for distracting you.
To do as well.
Oh yeah.
Because it was a change that's been needing to be done. Alright, so state equal.
Sorry, now I'm playing with stuff too.
Is there a charge attack for the fireball? I can't remember. I'll fucking figure that out later.
Yep. I bet you will.
Okay, and then it's.
So on my end, I've put the floating text into the UI, your
Sweet.
text and stuff. And I've gotten it so that it doesn't draw it in the GUI, it draws on the actual game layer, and it stays in place, but it doesn't disappear yet.
I'm sure you'll figure it out.
I am figuring it out right now.
Okay, and then. No, wait, this isn't the targeting, this is the actual thing. Where's the targeting for it? It's the fireball targeting. Oh, it doesn't have targeting, that's right. It literally just checks if it can. Well, that's easy. Dun, 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 dun. Dude, it's like Sonic music right now. It's fucking good.
Fantastic. I'm just completely silent in all honesty.
Nah, that's fair.
I just have you. That is it.
Oh, I feel so privileged.
Doesn't
Okay, so
matter.
attack state equals attack state dragon. This definitely has a charge to it. He sounds British. Apparently, you sound British, Max. How do you feel?
I always get told I don't sound like a Kiwi.
I know, right? It's the same with me. I get told that I don't sound Kiwi, but it's like, what am I supposed to? Am I supposed to be more like, sure, bro, fucking, we'll go down to the fucking, conveni, the dairy and get like some fucking
Chops?
pies and, some chops.
You can't get chops from most dairies. The one in Thai
You
has it,
can't?
sure, but
Really? That's disappointing. I like most places here nowadays have like that was the chicken chips stuff,
that's right. They have chicken chips. In saying that,
which
I
like
am like
I'm going to be honest, I'm
yes.
cool with it because it's the slow transition into like more of the dairies and shit like that having that Combini-esque status in my eyes, and I'm like, hell yes. I would love to be able to just go down to my local store and just fucking grab shit, and then I'm done. The problem is the markups are still really high.
Oh, they are. It's a bit
Like the difference of getting like a pack of like fucking 5 noodles is almost like a full dollar or so difference in getting at a supermarket. Whereas like Japan, it's nowhere near that fucking noticeable. In fact, supermarkets are normally the ones that are actually quite dear over there, from my experience.
yeah. Yeah. Well, convenience stores give you the convenience foods, whereas your supermarkets give you food foods.
Well, yeah, they give you all of the components and stuff like that that you'd need and shit, so it's not too surprising that it's more expensive.
But also,
Speaking of, I honestly I watched that video that Chris put up, that one I sent you, and I'm like, fuck, this would have been so good for us.
yes.
Like that was literally perfect. Like, hey, 14 days specifically. It's like, yeah, that would have been fucking amazing.
Yep.
I stand by. We do need to do another trip. We really do.
Yes, it does.
I I think we should do it for like 2-3 weeks if we do it. Like maybe not a full month, but definitely like a good bit of time.
Yeah. Yep.
Try and do it like in. I mean, I stand by. I want to do it before I'm 30. Well, yeah.
Well,
Um, get
far
older.
away.
Yeah. I mean, the joke that I fucking made last night, right?
Yes, yes, it was a.
That was mean to all of us. It's like, oh, it's not that far away, so it's fine.
Mm-mm. Oh,
It's like, ouch.
yes. Wait.
But no, just genuinely, hey, is that Josh? No, it's Max
Josh
Pastel.
cubed.
Josh cubed. Are you a cube?
No, but at the
You gotta get cubed before you get squared, brother.
Yep, yep.
Oh, good. What kind of UI? Max is working on literally this game's UI right now.
Yeah. It,
Like a good
tried
chunk of the
setting
UI
up.
work that has been done for this has been done by him.
Yeah.
Be there or be white square. Exactly.
I think I can't be asked finding links. That's not my problem. If you want
Fair,
to find
fair.
me, it's literally my handle. So if you up the top wherever it is that I was talking, I think you should be able to
Yeah.
find it there, and you'll see that I'm sitting on floating text in a draw event. Going, is there a way to not use a time source because the time source doesn't actually seem to be working?
I mean, are you substantiating it correctly?
Yup, it's going into there, and then it comes into here, and if it's not in state active, which is what is use start, it's going to start itself. That
Hmm.
might be what's wrong.
Because yeah, like you do need to force it start because it doesn't just natural start. That's
Uh,
why I've started to try and like do so little. Like I don't want to stack too many time sources up anymore. Like I did with the again, like was it go here again reflection because like this has one time source being like fucked around with three times,
yeah, no, that
and that's just yeah. It means that like I also have to call the time start multiple times depending on the conditions because of the way it is, and just that's not good. So I'm avoiding that now. That's why also like cooldowns for the abilities technically are time sources, but they're handled external to themselves.
yeah.
Let me do the time source dance. Hell yes.
Let's do the
Do the
time
time source
source.
again. Bruh, I fucking love that Rocky Horror though. I still need to go watch a live show of it. That's one of those like things I want to tick off, right?
It's for me. I'm one of the people who have never seen it. Right? I've
Mm.
only heard the music, and it is huge in New Zealand. As I don't know about the rest of the world.
Yeah, it's a huge thing in New Zealand. We did so many plays back when, and the movie's fun. Definitely plays are a better experience overall, like on a live stage. Especially knowing one of the best parts is almost all of them like entice the viewers to come and drag.
Yes, it does. A lot of them. Yeah, go in
And
and
I love the idea of going in and drag and just like straight up having fucking fun.
yeah.
Apparently there's a specific moment in it where like the one of the main characters like pauses in the middle of a song
Oh yes.
where he does anticipation, and apparently in an experience someone I know had with that is the person was very well known for holding it for really fucking long times.
Oh no.
So he held it for like almost a minute at this point, and someone in the crowd shouts, "Get on with it!" And he responds, "Oh, honey, you don't want to come too fast, do you?"
Oh yes.
It's just like perfect.
Fantastic.
It's just oh, cat wants out.
Oh come on. Nope, it does not want the time source.
It was because I think for it, since I was using individual objects for it, I just timed them out. I think, didn't I?
Yeah.
Like I faded their alpha, and when they're alpha low, they just die. I believe.
Alpha low. Nope.
Oh, what
You
did I do to
literally
them?
have a time source that's called destroy self.
Oh, do I? Is that what I did?
Goes after 60 frames, it kills itself.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually very tempted to um, change it and have it so that after it has have a lerp, that when it hits one, it it just that's it. It's gone. It's on to the next thing.
Yeah.
It changes itself to a -1 or changes something to equal nothing, and then it should filter it out of the array, and then I can
It
filter it out of the
should, yeah,
array
that should
and
be quite feasible.
reset
Just
the output.
turn it null and it should be good.
Yeah. Um,
Dun, dun, dun.
I have
Um,
plans. Mad as I am, I have plans.
plans within plans.
I do actually have it so it it was working. That was the funky thing. I did have it working, but it wouldn't get it so that it would disappear. It would just keep existing. So it's like
Yeah.
that's frustrating.
Because again, it's the difficulty that you're drawing each of them to screen, right?
Yeah,
And you're not like they're not objects; they're an array.
yeah.
So that is the difficulty of just like
It's getting
I guess the I don't know, like I can't think of any good answers there off the top of my head. Unless you make it a would that be worth it? Unless you make an array struct, like array structs, and then have like a duration in them, and kind of do what I've done with the removal process, as well. So like look at buff and time source systems, and kind of like look around how I've done those, and that's the only way I can consider it off the top of my head.
yeah,
If you wanted to have like a specific duration,
yep. That's I'm looking at it. I'm seeing it. Does this go? Here's my time source create stuff. Ugh, hate it when functions don't actually show up properly. There we go. Reps, because there's no actual thing on the number of reps.
new Doctor Who sucks. Is the new actor out for it? Because I know Tennant was doing like the in between stuff for a bit.
Oh yeah.
Um, I was excited to go watch that, but I don't know if the new Doctor has come out yet.
Ooh, I got a crash. Huzzah!
I know the last Doctor, the female Doctor that we had. Like, I'll be honest. From what I could tell, it was writing, not acting. That's the problem there. She did an amazing job of what she was given.
Mm,
To be fair, like almost every actor that is the Doctor has always been like pretty top quality. So
they've done their job pretty good.
yeah,
It's
they're pretty high selection criteria for it all. After all,
very high. Actually. Yeah, I'm gonna stop streaming this at about 10 and sort out the dog, and then come back and do some art, and then it's gonna be madness. So the end, it's it's pinging the fact that it's ending. Okay. but because it has no repetition, it's infinitely repeating, right?
Yeah.
So one time source will keep on going even if the thing itself is gone. It's still not gone, I'll say that much, but hey. Oh,
They overwrote the woman's story. Yeah. Like, I heard a lot of, like, negativity around the writing of Doctor Who recently, which, I mean, to be fair, even David Tennant's time had bad writing.
mm,
Like, I remember there was a couple of things that when I went and rewatched it not that long ago, had some problems.
that's pretty standard though, eh?
I mean, yeah, it's BBC. Like, they're definitely getting a bit more mixed baggy nowadays.
Very mixed
Like,
baggy.
they used to be what we went for quality shows and stuff, I feel. Back when we were younger, especially, like, if you saw something come out from the BBC, it normally was pretty good quality. I mean, like, you look at the 21st Century Sherlock series, like, that was fucking great.
Which one's that?
The modern day Sherlock one that's done with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Um, I actually looking at it back at it, it was very good at not actually giving people what all the information they needed to.
Well, yeah, it gave everything. Okay, you were given like a baseline bit of information, and then it was like, cool. If you want to solve it, go ahead. But genuinely, you'd be a genius for solving it. Well done. You're going to feel rewarded. But then it trickles in the information in a really good way that means that you can figure it out, but you don't like you can, but by the end you'll understand no matter what.
Yep. I think from what I remember watching and some of the things, some of them you already knew the answer to because they were stories that had already been done.
Yes.
You knew all the information because it was a classical Sherlock story. Some of them some of the episodes, especially some of the later ones, got very how do I put it? Yeah, very iffy on whether or not they're actually a good story,
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
and whether or not they were a good detective story. Um, not to to badmouth the director and writers, but yeah, they had more information than they showed, which is
Yes.
not a good Sherlock story. It's not a good
No,
detective
I
story.
can agree with that. I mean, like, it's hard to deny that, like, the first two seasons were fucking amazing in a lot of regards. But yeah, no, I will agree. The later ones definitely were kind of almost succeeding just because the previous seasons had been good.
Yep.
Also, apparently Davros can walk now. Okay.
Hey, are you talking
Yeah,
about
and Doctor Who, apparently Davros can walk now.
Devros? Which one's that
Yeah.
again?
The creator of the Daleks.
Eh? He never. He should never walk.
Yeah, because he was fucked up from the war.
Unless they've
I know.
somehow magically.
Well, he also like keeps in that chair because he's literally the most paranoid fucking person in the universe.
Which is why he made the Daleks.
Yeah. He literally designed the Daleks with full like control over them. That's why he removed as much emotion as he could. And he just made like the literal fucking they're literal tanks. Like they're just
Mm-hmm.
fucking they're weird. I don't know.
They're toilet
Doctor
paper.
Who's gone woke. I mean, yeah, that's again kind of what I was hearing with the writing. Is it got like it got very unpurposeful with its writing.
Mm.
May I offer you an egg?
Hey? What?
I
Why?
don't know.
I don't want
I
an egg.
mean, I've got some eggs in the fridge. Could make something.
Oh, I need to do. I need to do Michael style. typing and syntax because it's not my code.
Yeah, I will not deny my syntax. It does get a bit like all over the place at moments, and I do apologize for that.
No, all of the like okay, so the UI syntax. Obviously, it's been ported from another project, so I had to go through it on the. I decided to go through it on the second day, and put all of your syntax in because it's your code.
Yeah.
So it's in there, and then I ported it to another project and had to re-put it into my code. So it's like, oh well, who cares? As long as it's readable to the people who are reading it, it's fine.
I mean, yeah, like that's the thing. That's why I'm pretty sure if I know there's not the likelihood that you want to, but like if you wanted to go and make a buff in this game, I'm pretty sure you could do it quite easily with the full comprehension of how they work now.
Oh yeah.
'Cause I mean, look at this documentation. I honestly am proud of how much commentating that I did for this and how clear I tried to make everything.
Oh yeah. I think I put in here activation delay or active delay on clicks and stuff. And
Yeah.
I've got the inline minus minus. It works. It all works because that's just
It could be fun.
because somehow
Where's the toast? I don't actually have any toast at the moment. I really should. That's going to be something that I have to consider with like K, for example, when I move. Right, is like what we're doing for bread because I don't eat enough to get a loaf.
um coming from I don't eat. Sometimes I eat heaps of bread, right? I'm sure you do
Yeah,
too. Other times you don't. And if you end up in the same space, there'll be a fridge freezer. There'll probably be bread in the freezer.
yeah, right. Like that's probably what will end up happening. It's just because it's really funny because what you're saying is pretty much true, right? Like I will go through a portion of time where I will have like maybe 6 to 8 sandwiches in like the space of 3 days. So I want bread on hand, but then like I will not eat it for like 2 weeks. So it's just that's the same with like eggs, for example. It's like I sometimes with eggs I will go through like 20 easily in a week.
And then sometimes
And I need to buy like multiple big packs, and then just like every once in a while I'll go like I haven't had an egg in a month, sort of thing.
yeah.
So I've gotten good at using the fridge with them because they hold a long time if you put them in the fridge.
Bread.
Nah, eggs. Do not put bread in a fridge, dear God.
No.
You're asking for mold at that point.
It depends on what type of fridge, because it's all to do with the moisture content of your fridge. And if you
True, I will give you that. But like under most situations, you're putting it in a cold and normally dampish environment. It's like, I almost want to say that that's like the perfect place for mold.
Perfect place for some penicillin.
Exactly.
Want some homemade penicillin, guys? There you go.
Oh God. I still love the story of penicillin being like it's such a like phantasmal story that you do not believe that it really happened.
No.
Man literally accidentally creates possibly one of the best super drugs we have ever conceived in all of humanity by fucking accidentally over. Was it like over a week? He'd left some mold there and it had accidentally been mixed with a chemical.
Yep.
Like it had dripped in without his knowledge. He came back and it was penicillin mold.
It was.
And like it was just straight up like complete accident. Like all of the fucking stars aligned and this man created blue mold that ended up being amazing.
Yep. Yeah, 100%.
And now I know we don't use that same stuff because it's just too hard to grow. We use a different chemical makeup to get a similar response. But the fact is, we would have never come up with penicillin and its alternatives without that bullshit.
Yes. Hang on.
It's like the most monkeys and typewriters sort of fucking thing you'll ever hear. And the fact that it succeeded says more than it needs to.
It does. Right. Now that I've gotten it working and I know how to sort it, I'm now going to create a time source. Because I'm horrible at all of this stuff. Hey, where did you run off to? Time source underscore create. So I've gotten it working.
Yeah.
It disappears, which is like, yes.
Nice.
And we're gonna go for. I'm gonna do 60 frames times 4 unit frames. It's gonna have a function that does nothing because function does nothing. Who needs a function that does stuff? It's gonna have 0 args, and it's gonna repeat itself 0 times. Whoops. That way.
You have to clean the whole water drain, fridge, flood and smell. Yeah. No, overall, like, you gotta have good fridge. Fridges are very important. Not gonna lie, there's a little part of my head where, like, moving, I'm trying to figure out, like, how that's all gonna work. Because I'm considering, depending on, like, the positioning in the house of where, like, my office slash room will be,
Yep.
if I want to get a mini fridge. And just go like, yo, I can put my fucking snacks in here.
Yep.
Snacks and drinks. Just keep them out of the way. And it means that I can have like stuff on hand more easily.
Yep. Right. Now to see if this works. It's gonna da 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 crash. You can't have something repeat 0 times apparently.
Yeah, that's why I have like so many of those things where it's like check the array length is not 0. I've gotten good at remembering to do those sorts of error checks, which I'm happy that I've gotten good at remembering to do them.
And I'll get time
God, I'm looking at how I did this like leap into the air and slam down stuff, and it's as it hurting my soul.
Yep. Slip apparently is how you pulse self.
And a microwave. I don't want to have a microwave in where I'd be staying in my room. I'm cool with having a microwave in the fucking kitchen and have to go get that.
That sounds excessive, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that seems like at that point in time, I'll have a full fridge, a fucking easy bake oven, like have a small pantry in my room, and make sure I get like an ensuite as well, so I can just like never leave my room unless I'm going somewhere else. Nah, it sounds terrible. I hate the idea of that.
Yep.
While I want to stick to my room as much as possible, I would prefer to still be somewhat sociable with the people in my house.
Yeah.
Okay, charging. If we're doing the charging for the slam, grab this.
What is it debugging? Why is it showing up with 1s and 0s?
Oh, and the debug.
Yes.
That is damage takeable or not.
Oh, right.
Because I'm still testing the invulnerability bug.
Yep, that makes sense.
But you know, it's just testing. Like, hey, is the player like it tells you when it's switched? That's all it should be doing.
Yep. Right. If time
Okay. If humans are so sociable, why will you kill each other? That's actually an interesting question. I would love to go philosophically into that a little bit, but like genuinely, it's because while we are social creatures by nature, we also want to be right.
Yes, that is very, 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 very true.
And due to that, there is the desire for justification and the desire to be justified in what you think. So therefore, like if I think lemons taste bad and Max thinks lemon tastes good, I want to be justified in that I am correct objectively. So therefore, in a much more barbaric instance, I might just kill Max, and therefore the only person around is now me, and I believe that this is the case, so therefore it is the objective opinion. Now, mind you, that is the most boiled down version of something I could say, and I actually do like lemons. Fuck you. Uh, but it's kind of like that's the loosest example I can give to where the origin of that comes in. The problem we have now is that there are so many other things at play that it also impacts. Like you can't really consider economic in those sorts of arguments because the desire to kill for money seems completely weird. Except money is security and safety. So a person is willing to take drastic action for their security and safety at the cost of another person. That's a contradiction? No. It's I would consider it's not a contradiction. It's just like prioritization. A human would prefer to be most humans would prefer to be safe and secure than to be sociable. Because being safe and secure is a greater desire or want. Sociability can come second to that, which we see in a lot of like more intense situations. Um, and that's nothing to like scoff at all. Like again, keep in mind that that's just there is a very big value to all of that.
Yeah, I sorted it.
Nice.
Complete with time sources.
Woohoo. Honestly, time sources are worth the effort to learn. Like I love that. I think I told you about this, Max. Like I was talking with my lecturer about time sourcing and shit, and he mentioned how there are people at the university, lecturers, that genuinely don't even believe in using alarms, let alone time sourcing in Game Maker. They think it's like not acceptable, and I found that amazing to me. Like,
I remember you telling me that. That's the funky thing is you told me that. I'm going. They're Muppets.
yeah, like I get not wanting like if you think you don't want to use it, that's fair. I get that, but like also it is literally designed to hold your hand. That is the purpose. Don't get me wrong. I could do all of this with delta timing and do like a bunch of stuff inside of a step event, right?
Yep.
And sure, it would be no different in the sense. But like that also takes a lot more object control, and takes a lot more time to ensure that I get that correct. Whereas with time sourcing, I can do some global variables and fuck around with it really, really easily.
Yep.
I mean, I would consider the stuff that I've done much easier and much more reliable and safe than doing it all on step events and shit.
Yep. Right. Are you okay with me deleting the damage number object?
I mean, sure, if you want to.
Because
As long as you've got everything replaced, it's healing and damage dealt, the two that need to be done for that.
so
Actually, I might quickly push this while I remember.
I have gone into the code. The code is no longer using instance layer create layer instance or whatever frig the the
There was
base.
one that was using depth, and there was one that was using
Yeah.
thing.
So neither of the, so all it is doing is if it is taking damage, uh, I can come into misc. Oh, it's still trying to create those, but I know that it's
I think it's in. Is it player controller? I think is where
misc.
the healing is.
Yes, that is. I'm just about to explain both of those things. Inside of the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
damage
I'm just
panel,
double checking.
yeah, I have it so that it goes with the UI. Floating text create, which is a variable struct, or not variable struct, a variable function. So it calls that variable function. It puts in the damage, the target X, the diff that you have randomly taking with its minus 20 to 20
Yeah.
range, and it pushes the colors that it's supposed to have. Then you
Cool. So it's in sense it's instead of like the thing I have, it's just doing that via a different kind of function. Is the short of
pretty
it.
much.
Cool. That
It's
sounds awesome.
like streamlined as fuck, is how I'd put it.
I mean, again, that's what I'm doing at the moment. Like, I'm just going through. I'm streamlining. Like, that's what the buffs were, right? Like they were a huge, big effort of streamlining and making more dry code around a system that honestly should have had it in the beginning, but I was too desperate to get it done to even think about it.
Yeah, that's alright. These things happen. I don't need to do that, do I?
That's
Actually,
why, like, again, this update that I'm thinking of doing is going to be such a cool thing because it's going to be like this. This update is how I wish I could have actually released that initial release. It's the basically the short of it
yep.
at the end of it.
So, if your damage numbers were not to pass a color, what would your default color be? Would it be orange, green,
I
or red?
believe at the moment it's the orange and red, is it
It
not?
is the orange and red, or was.
Yeah. Leave it as orange and red for now. Can consider it different later.
Easy as. It is now auto initialized to be those colors.
Because I think the reason I did that was the rationale of that being the most common
Yeah,
that I was going to be using. Because if you think about it, like healing's not going to happen anywhere near as often as damages.
no.
If the enemy self destruct, will it one shot you? I mean, no.
Do you want to find out?
I don't have any. I wonder. I need to do some like of those sorts of run at you and blow up enemies because
Yes.
they are really good for like pushing the player around.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the Dullahan's fire ability is supposed to be. Is it supposed to have those sorts of units?
Yes.
That's what those fire orbs are supposed to be. They're supposed to come out a little bit more separate than they already do, and um, what get near the player. When they get near, they'll trigger a self destruct thing that you can get away from quickly.
Yeah. And there's. I just posted in our direct messages or DMs, as people are calling them.
DMs.
A link to my stream if you want to put that up. And
Oh yeah, I
so
can quickly pin that in thing.
I'm actually about to put you
Uh,
on mute you mute your stream.
I need to go here. Yeah,
Mwahaha.
there we go. Get some free advertisement in there.
Yes, because I have officially deleted damage numbers.
Nice.
And now I get to run around going, look at my masterpiece. But I do need to double check. So lasting a frame, and if I have two different damage numbers,
Oh, it's always fun.
With the UI, don't worry. Don't worry about it. Just do with the
To be
UI.
fair, there's going to be some stuff because I know I pushed recently. There's some stuff that's not going to work correctly.
Yeah.
So feel free to disable like code around like the I think it's the Golden Dragon's ability controller.
Yeah. I'm just seeing if they will disappear at the same time. They shouldn't.
Okay, and then
It's to do with it's to do with the It's an error. Fuck. Why are you happening? You should. Where is it? It is the upgrade menu. Comes into here. Pushes. What is the function that's being pushed? Function is upgrade. Is it changing the menu? Yes, it should be. Why is it not switching the menu?
okay, and then time source trigger slam and the create event. What is that doing?
Yeah, that's
That.
broken. That's broken.
So I will turn this into a change of state. Attack state equals
Self should have a different instance.
attack.
Every single one, not a different one. Alright, time source. Bam. That should be different. It is different. It is a different index. Two. And why are you all disappearing at the same time?
Mm-hmm.
Restart, which is also an error. Hey? Uh. What?
Yeah, the pains of programming and just it's
It
like, has this fixed? Oh, I fixed one thing. Cool. 7 more things line up.
Yep. But part of it is this, the fact that the exit should says yeah, it's still going through the buttons because of how I have mouse and box for the click functions working for left click. They're all within the for loop, so it keeps on going
Yeah.
through the things if you're selecting the anything other than the last one.
Ah.
So it's like right. What happens if I go and comment this out? Oh, whoops, you're in the debugger. Man, I hate the debugger. Yes, I know, that stuff is still working. Stop.
Okay, and then
Don't worry. Da, 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 da,
da, da, da. Dun, 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 dun.
What is it?
Hey, I like my music in the background. It's fun. One day I'll get into my singing properly, alright? And you'll fucking dread that day.
Oh, don't worry.
I honestly, I'm getting more and more like antsy about wanting to do like proper singing stuff.
Yeah. Exit, exit.
I wonder if there's any like
Do you have
music like quick music academies or anything like that that's available in where we'll be moving or down in Welly or something like that that I can do.
I know that there's what are they called? The guys who help you do speeches and stuff. They
Mm.
yeah, they're a
Okay.
group of people and they have a name.
Yeah. No. I mean, it's because it's just the thing of I like the idea of being able to finally just actually sing and learn to sing properly and work at that. Because like I think at this point in time, I do need to work on my music theory, but like it's just there's so much to learn when it comes to music theory that's going to be a long, arduous task.
Yep, I understand.
And I'll do it. Don't get me wrong, but like I'm not gonna like it.
Some people don't even learn music theory. That's the funky thing.
Yeah, because that's the thing, right? Like some people have just got at a tune, they can do that stuff. Don't get me wrong, I could, but like I want to make decent quality.
Yeah, I understand.
Like the game's already amateur enough in design for a lot of things, like the art especially.
Mm,
I do want to give it a bit of effort.
yeah.
That's why I'm so happy that if Sin does want to keep doing the art for it, because holy shit, man, that'd be fucking awesome. Someone that's actually way better at art than me coming in.
I'm gonna get rid of.
As well as it means that it's stuff I'm not doing, which, like, God, I need to take more stuff off my plate at this point.
Yeah. Does not equal.
But I'm not very good because no one wanted to teach you. I mean, like, that's the thing, right? When I was much younger and working at the cap breeder that I worked for, she had a two-tiered electric piano thing. Basically, it's kind of like an organ in a sense, like an electric organ, and I used that a lot. I did not know how to read music, but I could make good melodies. I've played on proper pianos, all sorts. I can play and make melodies that people enjoy, but I don't understand music theory or how to like pace things out correctly
Mm,
fully. I just know by feel. Then I did some training in intermediate for piano, and I fucking loved it. That's the reason why I've got a keyboard actually in my office, like a proper electric keyboard.
mm,
But I've just never had the good time to set it up and use it regularly. And that's one of my big hopes as well when moving is like I'll start getting into reading music because that's the thing I think I need to understand most because a lot of music theory videos talk about like oh you see this note and this note go like from these transitioning and I'm like I have no idea what the fucking note reading is. Like this does not help me at all, thanks.
yep. Right, I fixed that for now.
Noise.
Now I've got Roger Random in my chat going, talking to me. Hey. Uh, did
Listen to music and try and play it. Yeah, there's a few songs I've done that with. There was one song I did make a good effort for around that, which was you can guess what was spoken. I'm guessing it was something about the Vaporeon thing, right, Roger? In terms of human male and female Pokemon thing. Yeah. Bet.
it's Dr.
Um
Male.
yeah, see, I fucking knew it.
It's like,
But no, like there was one song, it was a fucking anime opening that I tried to learn how to play. It was No Game No Life one, and I got pretty far with figuring it out. But I'm pretty sure if I tried to do it now, I'd fucking miserably suffer. I can't read shit music yet. No, I can't read cheap music at all. I want to learn how to do that. That's one of the skills that I'd love to fix. and get done. Okay, I'm going to just copy and paste this stuff over for now because I'm going to fix it inside of this once I remember how I'm fucking doing this shit. You have an ocarina? Fuck, that's cool. I never did wind instruments when I was younger. Because I have real bad asthma and lung issues. But I always did like the idea of doing one. I think what did I learn when I was younger? I learned guitar. I learned acoustic guitar. I'm pretty sure I could pick one up now and still be able to play some music because I can still remember some of the key positionings.
I never learned anything, so I'm a bit learning now.
Like I learned the fingering quite a bit because like it takes a long time and you kind of get some of it in place. I'd probably need a bit of a refresher, but I could probably play most basic things that use like probably the first main 5 major chords. I learned the fingering. Yeah, I knew someone was going to make a comment on that. But yeah, like that's a lot of my life is that I spent learning music stuff, but never learning proper music theory. And then just whenever I would play, people said, "Oh, this is really nice. I like that." And it's like, well, I can't replicate that because I had no idea what I did.
Yeah, that's always hard.
I can get rough ideas what certain things follow on and figure out that, but again, like that's just my pattern recognition systems in my brain working really well. I can't tell you why something follows up well from another thing.
Yep.
That's what I'm trying to learn. Time source, T cooldown, T trigger.
Yeah, so the damage numbers are working, but they all disappear at the same time.
And play the song from Ocarina of Time. That's pretty cool.
Ooh.
Like, again, that's the thing. I'd love to learn to do more things like that, but it's just there's also a point in time where like it's difficult, right? Because like you don't want to spread your skills too fucking wide because then at some point in time you're just not using the skills, and in a sense they're kind of just being wasteful.
That's very true. Uh,
Okay, now I need to do so. B fireball, yes. So this needs to be moved below this. Repeat. According to how I've done this in the past.
does this have icon?
And then I need to change state. Attack downtime.
Weapons, equipment. Do they have icon? They have icon.
Hello, cat. Oh,
Holy
Jesus
fucking.
Christ, Woody!
What's that?
I I don't even know how to explain what just fucking happened. She just tried to jump down and miserably failed.
Oh dear.
I don't even know if the camera caught it. It may have been on the edge of it.
Hmm. Oh dear. Well, I hope she's okay. She looks okay.
She's
Her
fine.
tail's still flipping around.
Yeah.
What am I looking at? So I've got that. I should. So, with the icons for stuff, for your equipment and stuff, I'm moving on to the next topic
Yeah.
because I'm bored of whatever I was deciding to do before. I fixed a bug. Well, not even a bug. I fixed a
Yeah.
thing, and then I sorted um, that floating damage numbers and stuff all disappear at the same time and turn up at the same time at the moment. I'll figure
Okay.
it out at some point. I'm sure I'll be able to figure it out.
I mean, I can probably have a crack at it as well if you want, because I'm sure I'll figure something out.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at your weapons equipped and items equipped and going. They all have icons, right?
I don't believe they've got. I think they've got the space for an icon, but I don't think they've actually got icons.
Some of, I was
Like if
having
I
a
go,
quick look in weapons equipped, and they
yeah,
all have
no. So
icons.
inside the structs, they've got a spot for icon, but it should almost all be zero.
Yeah, so if they have one, I'll have it. So I'm just looking at that to actually implement the icon.
Yeah. I
um,
mean, for now, feel free to just like if you want to do testing, don't bother querying if it's got a zero for that. Just slap the feather into all of them.
yeah, oh, really?
Yeah,
Are you
because
sure
that's
about that?
the only icon that is actually an icon correctly in the game. Because the umbrella is the wrong ratio. I think 64 by 64 is probably what I want to end up with.
Yep,
Because it gives enough room for quality.
yep.
I There's an argument to be made that 16 by 16 is probably better,
Mm,
but I'll do 64 by 64 for now because that's easily enough rescalable later on if I want to go with 16 by 16.
yep.
Um, and it's also down to if Sin does want to keep going with that and see what he wants. Because I'll leave it up to him, his discretion, of if it should be 64 by 64 or 16 by 16 or 32 by 32 or whatever he wants, preferably. As long as it's consistent. That's the one thing I want from it.
Uh, nope, I cannot do that. That is actually frustrating. I'm gonna have to go through every single one individually, not go find and replace.
Shouldn't you be able to do find and replace icon equals 0 and then just have icon equals SP?
Uh-huh, that's what I was thinking, but it's not working.
Ah, that's annoying.
In fact, like any I see on, well, I can't type at the moment. So it does icon space, and I can no longer search, do find next.
Hmm.
Ah well, tis the life.
Okay, so I'm looking for T triggered fireball. Okay, and then T. Duh, duh, duh. No, so I need to turn it to cooldown. Okay. And then in the create cooldown looks like that. Which is what I have here. Yeah, cool. So I can just get rid of these triggers then. Because the trigger's no longer... Well, that trigger shouldn't be used.
Is that an arrow with sticking on? Oh, balls. It's having a hissy fit, that's part of the reason.
Oh no.
Or is it the fact that it's the only one with a... No? Hey? That is, dumb. Right, let's retry this. Control F. Yup.
Oh, don't look at me like that, Torty. Just give me a fucking stink eye at the moment. It's like, yeah, you're the one that fucking fell on the tower, you dumb bitch.
Yep. Okay, it works now. I was having dumb issues. That's pretty much what it was.
Oh, okay. It's per typical with Game Maker sometimes.
Yes. Yes, sometimes it does not work. Right. Convicted.
Okay.
The name. Okay. Underscore icon. Paste your code. Go.
Hmm. Hmm.
All of this code for now. Apparently, this is how Max does things.
Okay. Do you want out? Do you want Torty? Oh. Oh.
Underscore icon, not just icon. Yes.
Okay.
What's
This should work. Like the fucking the confidence in that expression. This should work. Okay. I mean, there's only one way to find out, right?
is SP for sprite?
So go here. We go to activation and spawn, and I say Dullahan goes back to having 200 kills that it requires. And this can require 0 again. Let's see it crash. Who's got bets on it crashing immediately?
Nah.
Upon not entering the game, but entering the like actual game environment.
Ah. Sure.
Which will be when the dragon spawns.
Once it gets there. 3, 2, 1. Nah.
It seems he's pretty chill at the moment.
That is a very chill dragon.
So that's not working. I mean, to be fair, his state system's probably not fully rigged up.
No. Looking at your current
I've probably missed a couple.
Looking at your current damage instance number, it looks like they disappear all about the same time anyway.
I mean, they take a certain amount of duration.
Yeah, 60 frames.
Yeah.
Which,
So like, it's just pure and simply. The only fear I have is if under a specific situation where like one comes up a little bit after, I don't want it to be purged, obviously immediately, so it just flickers and goes.
no,
Because there are some weapons that would deal damage after, like, I mean, DOT. Use Juniper's weapon as a good example. There's a lot of damage instances and tickings
yeah,
with it. So I wouldn't want all of that to get purged.
it shouldn't get purged. Unless it's gone. But unless it's gone, it shouldn't get purged.
Yeah. Okay. So now I need to set up better state systems because currently it's not switching correctly. Which is fine. So trigger slam. So this wasn't going at all. Fireball also didn't seem to be going. Wish you the best luck on your journey. Thank you very much, Experimental Builds. Here's hoping that this here's hoping that we can get this like cleaned up alpha release done for next week. I think it's very possible. Because I'll work on one assignment thing that I need to clean up for that I talked about with you, Max, yesterday.
Yep.
I have that till Tuesday, which honestly it should just be like testing to see why there was an error. And from there, developing it. I'm confused at why it was causing a thing for that. Maybe it's... Yeah, I'll test around with it. I have a feeling I might know one of the issues, and it might be an issue with me not making it clear in the README.
Yeah. Right, that should do for that. And then, because it's not a string, I'll turn that into one of these.
But yeah, no, if I can get that done, then that... I mean, like, I just need it to be a C, and I'm happy. Because if it's a C, it basically... If it launches, then I pass that course. That's all I need to do. Because I had like a fucking A plus for everything else. Which means that I'm not going to get an A plus. It's impossible for me to get anything higher than a C minus.
Yep.
Which is sucky. That's why I'm a little upset by that. Because it would have been an A plus otherwise.
Yeah. Icon.
attacking fireball. Is that what I'm actually transitioning to? Attacking fireball, yeah. So I need to change this to not charge attack, but attack. That should fix that. Though I don't think it's going to fix all my problems. Well, he seems to fire fireballs now.
Huzzah.
Or he did once. See if he does it again.
Take a hit.
Or I clearly didn't do the cleanup code for it. Which actually sounds about right. No, it was one of the ones I did proper cleanup for.
Yes! Instant crash. Oh, because I haven't sorted out frame rate. Raven does frame rate. Underscore frame rate. I know what it is.
Ah, that would probably... a contributing factor. Okay, and then when do I trigger that?
That is trippy, but you know.
Yeah, T cooldown attack here and the step event.
Oh no.
Yeah, okay.
Oh no, something I've done.
Oh god, I don't know if I want to look over what you've done. I'll look in a second once I
I've already closed
check
the
this.
annotation, but
Oh,
I'll bring it back up for you.
where are you? There.
Cause you know how the default
Okay.
is Iron Mouse at the moment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you see what is happening?
Let's see. God, your quality is fucking horrendous.
Probably horrendous. Because I've probably got.
Okay, I think I'm on live. I can see the game's started. Yeah. Oh my god, what have you done? First of all, the animation speed. Second of all, what the fuck's going on with those goddamn icons?
At least they're there.
It's so funny. Oh.
I don't even know why it's interacting with and the mic like that though.
That's very interesting. Yeah.
It shouldn't
Huh.
technically be interfacing with that at all.
You got all except one C plus. That's good. I mean, no. So the assignment that I'm complaining about, I got a fail in every category because it's a crash, which means you automatically fail the assignment. But I got an A in implementation, which means that like no matter what, I can only get an C minus as the grade from a resubmission. For the other assignments and stuff like that, I've got varying between C minus, C, and I think I got like A for one of the courses. It's still not great, but I mean, like, yes, it's a passing thing, but I'd like better than just passing. Okay, cool. Fireballs are working. They look scuffed as fuck though. I wouldn't mind him standing still for a little bit, but I can sort that out easily. But yeah, no, it's this semester was just not a good semester for me. That's why I don't want to have to do any repeats, because if I don't have to do any repeats, then I can leave this semester in the past, and the next semester should be a little bit more easy breezy moving forward, which will be good. Because yeah, like further ones are starting to get into more essay writing as well, which excites me because I did really well with essay writing by the end of my previous degree. And it's because like one of the assignments I've been spoiled for should be next semester. Is we need to make a game that deals with like talking about a social thing, kind of like pointing at like humanity screw ups, or as an example. Kind of pushing an agenda, I guess, is the best way of putting it. There's no nice way of putting it. But pushing an agenda, and then we needed to write essays around it, and like the purposefulness, how useful that is, what it can do, what it can't do, stuff like that. And I'm like, you have any idea how much I could like once the game's smashed out, I could get like that essay written in less than a week and have it really high quality. That's not like overestimation of my skill. Like I literally had COVID, could barely breathe, and I still got like a fucking A minus for a 300 level essay. That was like a real high intensity one. So if I can barely breathe and still produce A minus essay content, I think I've got a good shot at like what would be equivalent to 200 level. Okay, this should. So now I need to do the slam stuff. So attacking, slam, charge attack. The charge attack for it is it goes upwards. So it's not doing this at all. What if I switch these around?
This does not equal minus 1.
Ah,
Are you okay?
I was not expecting that.
You never expect the Spanish Inquisition, though.
Oh, that's funny. Oh god, are we talking about communism now? I mean, I've said before, like communism itself and the versions that have been attempted in the past are all faulted because they rely on not humans interacting with a human system. Because it literally cannot function when humans are in charge of it.
Wait, what's this?
Communism.
No, I was talking about the
Like
Spanish
all forms of
Inquisition.
communism cannot work with humans in charge of it. The theory is amazing. I love the idea of it, right? It's cool. But like it won't work.
No, it won't. But I was talking about the Spanish Inquisition
Oh, that as well. Yes,
because you never expect it,
that's true.
but you do
It's the
because.
Spanish Inquisition. I still think my favorite version of that is the Monty Python Spanish Inquisition that they did.
Yes, it's the.
I think that's literally what everyone thinks of when they think of the joke.
It is. I think from what I hear, it's that all of their stage shows, the Spanish Inquisition would turn up, but you don't
Yeah,
know
it
that
was
they're
something
there.
like they would literally just turn up and it's like this makes no fucking sense. That's the point.
Exactly. It's like, well, you're in the middle of a skit. The Spanish Inquisition decide to turn up. You never expect the Spanish Inquisition. Well, no, you can't.
Yeah, that's the point. Nobody expects us.
So if that's a 64 by 64, then that goes. Why? Huh? Oh my gosh. Oh, that's frustrating. Right.
Okay, and then so these would not be no. I need the attack slam. I think no. I need it cooldown, right? Oh my god. All right. So I need
Yes, because it's a 64 by 64 sprite. So I need to change.
it'd be this way around. Source.
You know what I'm editing.
Um. Down. Slam.
Whoa, they're huge. Now I need to take into account that instead of that. Adding, I'm no longer doing string height. I'm getting. Why am I adding the height? It's width. Duh. Man, sometimes you just. Brain just don't work. I will do this. No.
Boy, do I know that feeling.
Icon dot sprite width and change it from width to height. And voila, there's still dev text, but there is now icons. And they take up.
Oh god.
They end up taking up
Let's have a look.
a lot of space. I think
Catches up.
64 by 64 might be too big.
Yeah, I mean, like that's the difficulty is it will need to be scaled to relative.
Probably.
I mean, to be fair, I also think what I'd probably want to do is if we look at how they've been done in the past, a lot of the time you kind of want to have it as a row across,
Yeah.
and then like have it as two things deep because then that way you have the items underneath the weapons. I'd
Which
assume,
would be
roughly
exactly what I would do.
speaking, yeah. At that point in time, all I would want to display is the level and not the name.
Yeah.
Because if you have the icon and the level, then have the level probably overlap on the bottom right corner.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So it means that you're not wasting a lot of space for it.
Yep. It's that one there.
That's just what I was thinking would be a way to do it. And then it means that you no longer have the name there, you have the icon to tell you which one it is. Well, once we obviously have differentiating icons.
Yep.
And that'll be good.
Yep.
Hello, Dragon. Thank you for doing half of my HP. Oh, he is just jumping on my fucking head. Yep, he just kills me.
Oh,
The cooldown doesn't seem to be working.
he's just going for it. Doosh.
Yeah.
Where is it?
I don't think I've got a cooldown check. Be false. Oh, no, I don't set it to true. That's what I think I've done. Or I failed to do. Because where do I set it to true? I've got to set it to true somewhere. Yeah, it's cooldown true there. So, in draw. And then if I come in here.
What one am I gonna have to grab? It'll be the easiest way to do it. Sorry. Right. Use width purse. Yeah, let's use that. Width pause.
Oh, is that what I've done wrong?
Plus.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so this should function correctly now. To the void you go, time to witness unspeakable horrors. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, don't worry, this is unspeakable fucking horrors that I've got here. It's my programming. Oh, hello, dragon. Bye, dragon. Hello, dragon. Bye, dragon. Hello, dragon. Ow. I'm dead. Okay, the cooldown still doesn't seem to be working. It's because I'm setting it to... No, it should be... Yeah, it should be true. This is getting set to.
How many weapons equipped is it supposed to hold again?
6.
6. Oh yeah, that's alright then.
Maximum of 6.
Yep. No, I got it. I sorted it. All good. I was just making sure because there was 5 empties and I'm like, hang on.
Yeah.
There's supposed to be less than that. But no, no, there is 6.
Cool. Dragon's basically working.
Oh man.
There's obviously some cleanup, and then there's giving the danger circles and stuff like that, but otherwise, it's there.
Huzzah. That's always good.
So there's a couple of things I'll want to tweak about it at some point, but again, not essential. Do a bit of a stretch. Oh, so that's everything I wanted to really get done today. I mean, there's a lot more cleanup I can do inside of the Dragon controller. But that's like I did that cleanup last time with the other one, and that took quite a long time. But I did it after the functionality was working, and that's again like what I'll just do here is it'll just be like cleaning it up post functionality. Should be good. Okay. But yeah, no, like I think at this point, I'm actually pretty content with the state of everything that I've been working on. So I just need to target down that invulnerability bug and do some cleanup for a couple of other little bits, and I'm happy,
That sounds
which is
nice and
good.
easy, yeah.
Yeah, and then it's just asset work after that, which yay, asset work. Man, I'm gonna be honest, right? Like I talked about this before, but like every time I look at the asset work for this game, I get like even more double down on the fact that like if I work on a game again, I'm going to outsource so much more.
Yep.
Like I talked briefly about the next game I want to do with you and how like the other game that I plan on doing, and how I'm just like I straight up acknowledge I'm not doing the art for that. Like I'm gonna do all the work from behind the scenes, I'll get everything running, but like I am not doing the like art for it at all. I will put the art in, I will get it working within the space, but I'm not doing it myself. Fuck that.
Yeah, doing your own art is painful.
Like it can be rewarding, but I'm just not skilled enough, and I don't have the time. With how much that I do for programming and how like in depth I get with some of the systems, it's not feasible.
No, it's not.
All right, let me push this thing because this is
There we go. Haha, I sorted it. It is now a row of icons.
hell yeah.
with with some placeholder do not exist things that should probably be empty, not filled with green like your health.
I believe I had a background. I don't know if it's in the game though.
Oh yeah, I'll have a gander because it can probably just use
Um,
the background and
yeah, because that was the intention was to use the background on all of them and then have like the background just be there for the empty ones.
does
If you
it?
give me a hot second, I'll see if I can find it because I don't know where. I don't think it's in here currently. No, it is there. SP slot.
SP slot, which would can go like this. I can go if
Ugh.
minus 1.
What is the SP slot size? That's the thing. I think it's 64 by 64. Yeah.
Right, does not equal minus 1.
It was that like one gray thing that I made like ages ago
Oh, yep, yep.
that I kept talking about how I was super happy because it looked really clean.
Yes. Yep, I do remember it now. And I'll grab underscore scoot. Not
Because like people wouldn't even understand how like it's because the shading in it. I'm so proud of the shading because I just kind of did that and it was like it worked. Oh
Yep.
yeah.
There it is, SP slot. And then grab this stuff. And because slot is always able to be there. Wait. Underscore slot. I should be able to. Should just work. Bam. Now to change the order slightly so that it actually shows up if you have something. And
They actually line up pretty well too.
they do. Just have.
I'm wondering if they'll probably want to be a little bit smaller than that.
Oh yeah.
I mean that's easy enough, right? Because like it would just be tweaking the image scale thing.
Yep. That's exactly it. Minus 1. Why is that?
Would you be able to make a variable that like ties it all together effectively? That it basically all values would get affected by that. So it'd be fast to change it because the reasoning I have behind that is potentially I might add like UI scaling as well as an option later.
Oh. Sorry. What is wrong? Get out.
So yeah,
So just gonna fix
kind of
this.
like a variable that just affects all of them, and it's probably just like base one and then times all of them by it, sort of thing.
So pretty much have a UI scaling somewhere in here, and
Yeah,
have so that every single value can be scaled by that if need be.
yeah. So it all works effectively and quickly. So there's no like weirdness when scaling because it's good for testing, and then it will be also good for again like scaling the menu if I want to later
Yep.
with an option, which I kind of would because
Mm-hmm.
that is a nice thing to be able to give players.
It is. Well, there's a whole bunch of there's a buttload of options. Oh dear, I went over the top in some places. Just scrolling through it, going, oh dear. Display. Um, what's this? This is the menu. That's not. That's not even to do with displaying. That's the current menu, and then this is to do with um, something or others. What would you call them? It's not that. It's menu. Oh dear. Come on, I know it can work. Brain's just not working.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
I ended up staying up way too late,
Oh god, yeah,
figuring out those the how floating text, getting floating text working because once you're on a buzz you can't stop, especially when there's nobody to stop you.
yeah. No, I understand that well.
And yeah, I ended up very shattered this morning. I got my woken up by my alarm, or the cat before my alarm, so that was
Yeah.
frustrating again.
To be fair, I also fucked up. I woke up like 7 minutes before my alarm, which I normally wake up like an hour before it. So I understand. Yeah.
So that's what happened there. My yeah, the cat woke me up, and then I got up, fed the cat, and then what did I do? I grabbed stuff so I could fall asleep on the couch, and then put your stream on, and fell asleep, and then woke up at like I think I had a good half-hour nap. I woke up and just went like I woke up. Well, my alarm went off, and I just annoyed my boss and told him that I'm sick today.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that was my morning, and then I got up, walked the dog, and then rocked in and sorted breakfast, and then annoyed you.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna have a break around 10 o'clock, and then come back later. Take maybe
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm probably gonna, because like, what, fucking 4.5 hour stream so far. Let's go.
yeah, and then I'm gonna keep on streaming. Not that I doubt that anybody on here is gonna flop over to me, but I don't really care. I'm just doing it for myself more than anything.
Yeah. I mean, hey, that's what I did in the beginning, and I eventually got people interested.
Yeah, the only difficulty is most of the time I'm not actually going to be speaking because
Yeah.
making sure that I'm quiet enough because my setup is in a
Very
social
public
situation.
place of the house. Yeah.
Yes. So any noise that I make needs to be just enough. So setting up a
One
mic.
day you will get a place and you can actually have an office. I swear to God.
I could 100% set up an office space, but then that makes me 100% antisocial while I'm doing all of my stuff.
True.
And then
I
I'm
guess maybe that's the advantage I have. I'm a little bit more capable of being social in that situation. Like, I'll take a bit more regular breaks, go out and sit down in the lounge space.
yep.
Um, I'm a little bit better at pacing, but I've put a lot of work into even trying to get to that point. Rest of the time, yeah, no, I'm no different. Like, I just straight up, oh, again, don't talk to someone for 7 years, sure.
Yeah. I do that sometimes too. I haven't talked to a lot of people in a long time. Some of them I
Yeah.
never want to talk to again, and other people are like, hang on, I am one of their best friends. Why haven't I?
I feel like that's the definition between us sometimes. It's like literally haven't talked in like a year. Hey, by the way, how are you doing? Oh yeah, very good. We're
Very
still
good.
like best mates.
I think
So good.
that's the beauty of true friendship.
Yeah, it don't give a shit. Get to just chill out, hang out with a mate. It's fine.
Yeah, and what happens happens. Um,
Yeah.
uh, you sometimes you just message them, and sometimes you give them a call or turn up on their front doorstep and go, "We're hanging out. Screw you. You are not
Fuck
whatever
yeah.
your plans are. They are now mine."
Exactly. Hey, I've said before, as long as I'm not doing like uni or work, I do not care.
I know. I've still all turned up and
That's why I'm wondering if Sin will turn up today or not, because I know he said he might.
that'd be good for him and you, not just a one-sided kind of thing.
Yeah, no, it'd be cool to hang out, watch some stuff.
What am I calling this?
I'm not gonna lie, like once stream's over, I'm gonna have a shower,
Mm.
and then like probably just fucking finish goddamn Rent a Girlfriend. I hate
Oh,
that series so much, but I actually like the new season. The new season actually is good, and I
okay.
hate that I'm saying that.
Yep.
It's like I want to stress the new season is actually really, really good quality content, but it
Mm.
does not justify the first two seasons.
Yeah. Yep.
That's my argument towards it. It's the same with what I think I've said this about with Twilight before. Is like I actually really liked the big twist of it was all in her head, giving a fucking illusionary vision of the future of this is what will happen if this fight continues,
Oh
and
yeah.
like that puts the guy off. And I'm like, I actually liked that. That could have been leaned into a lot better.
Yep.
Um, but that doesn't justify the rest of the Twilight franchise.
No.
And that's immediately where like that's what I stand by with those sorts of things. Like,
Mm.
yeah, no, Rent a Girlfriend. Is it worth the watch? I mean, if you're willing to put up with aggravation and just genuinely hating on characters for a long time, sure, it's probably worth it. But like, if you're not got that kind of, if you're sort of not sure you want to watch it, probably don't watch it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I watched. I didn't watch much of it. I know that much, and I
Yeah.
decided to stop watching it because I think I don't even remember what I was feeling. I think I just stopped because it was getting too much. It was
Yeah.
getting
I mean,
too
like,
much.
that's the thing, right? I think
It was
I'm
getting too
lucky that I managed to put my brain in a specific way, and I think that's how I managed to get through watching it. Because I saw the series as not a harem series,
mm,
but as a these two, the main two, are going to end up together. Let's see all the trials and tribulations they have to get through to get to that point.
yep.
Kind of like Golden Time and stuff like that. And it's just I liked that. It would Toradora, right? Like one of the earlier anime that I watched and really came to love was Toradora, and that is what that series was. Was it was basically two characters that liked other people coming together and actually eventually liking each other.
It's a lovely series.
Yeah.
But
And I'm not saying Rent a Girlfriend's the same quality. I will definitely say, visually speaking, is definitely higher, but that's because, like, surprise, surprise, you have 10 years on the other one.
yes.
You're 10 years newer than the other one. Yeah, you're going to probably look a bit prettier. But I will admit, Rent a Girlfriend, as much as the concept's like completely bonkers, it's probably a bit more grounded and realistic in some regards. And that's probably why the characters feel so aggravating and so hard to watch, is because like every single character in it I have met someone that's basically that.
Yeah.
Now, I think the one character I say against that is actually the main dude, and that's because like that dude's in his like early to mid 20s, and he is like the most horn dog of horn dogs to have ever horn dogged. And genuinely, I know no one that age that is quite that bad that doesn't do it for joking.
Yeah.
Like he's genuinely just that down bad, and like the only ones that I have met that are that down bad, they're not good people.
No.
They're not like it. The fact that he's actually a good person or a good Samaritan underneath,
Mm.
then you've got him being that horn dog. Like that shit don't meld. You're not chivalrous while also being like horny as fuck.
No.
That shit don't work.
Right, here we go. Crash.
But
Huzzah.
hell yeah. But that's why I like the new season, because the new season's like his big redemption arc
Mm.
of him actually being like not a complete scumbag, but definitely still being quite scumbaggy. But it's a lot of like legacy scumbag, if that makes sense.
That makes sense, yes.
It's the scumbaggery that we got for the first two seasons still around, but it's now him kind of dealing with like moving forward and being better and like trying to actually be a better person.
Exactly. Oh yeah, that's actually nice to. Sorry, not exactly. That actually sounds like
Yeah.
a good story. If he's actually
Yeah,
victim.
like I genuinely I feel what I would want for that series, if I was to like watch this as someone else, is someone make a big TLDR of the first two seasons and then watch the third season. That's genuinely what I'd recommend. But I don't know if you'd still get the same emotional attachment to these characters even through a TLDR that's like fucking an hour long.
Yep.
Like that's kind of again the purpose of the first two seasons is to get attached to these characters. But like, I'll be honest, I do not think getting attached to them is worth it. But this, hey, I'm also the wrong person to ask because I remember watching the fucking Clannad Eliasville Fate series, not really enjoying it, and then like they did a movie for it, and I was like, I rank all of these way higher because of this movie because it justifies a lot of the bullshit that happened in the previous seasons.
Yeah, I do remember you being that person.
So I am definitely not the right person to get your reviews from sometime. Hey, I mentioned this with Sin. Like, I am willing to scrape the bottom of the fucking barrel for content sometimes
Yep.
to watch, just because like I want to see why it's down there.
Yeah, yeah, no, I understand.
And I would not recommend that to the general populace. Do not do that, please. For the love of God, have more self-respect than I do.
You don't.
I just clearly hate myself. That's the truth of it.
That is very much the truth of it, and if anybody were to say anything else, sometimes you do love yourself.
Yeah, sometimes. Most of the time, it's just like I'm gonna watch this because I want to see why it's bad. I mean, that's why I fucking binged Twilight. Like, I didn't want to watch it, but I'm like, I'm not wanting to dog on a series that I don't actually know the personal. Like, I want to dog on it for the reasons that I understand it. I
Mm,
don't want to dog on it for the sake of like, oh, ha ha ha, it's funny to, it's shit.
yep.
It's like, no, that doesn't make sense because it's, what if it's like, got good elements to it? And it did. It did have good elements. It's mostly bad though, and it's definitely not worth watching.
No.
But now I can actually say that with utmost certainty because I've experienced it myself.
Yep.
So yeah, in short, don't dog on a series truly until you've actually watched it. If you have someone you trust their opinion on it, and they go, "Hey, probably not worth the watch," then share that, but say like not you thinking that it's, "Hey, someone I know said not to watch it, so I'm not all that interested," and it's someone I do trust for that stuff. So, and it's like, yeah, no, then at that point, fair. But like, I've known so many people that won't give series a shot because like they watched like a little bit of it and were like, I'm not in the mood for it today, and then I'll never watch it.
Yeah. Yeah,
And it's
definitely.
that shit pisses me off something fierce.
Yep.
It's like, oh, I don't like it, and it's like, well, you literally watched 10 minutes of the first episode. Like I'm using Arcane as a reference here, right? Arcane, I had someone I knew that didn't even watch the full first episode, started being on their phone, and didn't watch the next two episodes at all, and said, "Oh, I didn't like it because it was bad because I didn't like what they did with the characters." Like, you didn't even see what they did with the characters. Don't even fucking start that shit. The
Yeah.
point of that series was it did a really good job with its into character stuff. The characters are pretty generic, sure, but like it's really good at the development side of it.
Oh, it was.
And it got really good by the end of it. Like, don't get me wrong, I think everyone can agree that one of the worst parts of the Arcane series was the first three episodes, when it was the prequel stuff.
Yeah, it was. It was. It was the sloggiest parts, definitely. I
Yeah,
remember.
like it was just it wasn't as cool as some of the later stuff, and like that's fine. That's how that shit goes. Then you had like the middle bit, which was like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then you had the final arc, which was like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
Right.
And that's why, like, again, don't. Like, it's fair to not want to watch a series, but also acknowledge why you don't want to watch it, because the person I'm referring to genuinely just was like, oh, I didn't watch it because I like this, this, and this. It's like, that's not actually it, because simply put, you've watched shows with worse quality that done the same thing and absolutely love them. There's no way there's not at least some transitive enjoyment.
Yeah.
No, it's purely because you just didn't feel in the mood that one day, and then you've now carried over that mood, influencing how you want to watch it.
Yep.
Acknowledge that, and I'll leave you alone. Don't acknowledge that, and yeah, I'm going to tell you you're a fucking dumbass.
Yep. Right. I can now. I've got it all working.
Nice.
It is all working, and it's fantastic. And it's even funnier when I'm seeing your face. That's like really behind. It's either behind or in front of what you're saying.
It'll be behind. It'll be a good bit behind.
It's funny. Oh, that looks like Terraria music.
It is. It's the overworld music. That's why I'm bopping along to it a little bit.
Yep.
It's nice.
I enjoyed parts of Terraria, like going on to this thing of people who shit on something that they haven't played. Right? I've
Yeah.
played Terraria. I see where people go, but it's not for me.
Again, that's fair, right? Like, it has great music. Yeah, no, Terraria has great music. They did an amazing job with the soundtrack. I do think, in my experience with Terraria, I've gotten nearly to the end. Or I think I've gotten to like be able to fight the final boss before
Yeah.
of the base game. And yeah, I'm gonna be honest. The best fun I've actually had, and the only reason I got that far was because I was playing with friends.
Yeah, that's kind of probably why I didn't get too much into it.
Yeah, I think it's basically it's got a weaker grip than Minecraft does
It's a
for that.
different sort of grip, is what I've come to understand.
Yeah,
It's not it's not aiming for the same pleasure spots as Minecraft. Um,
it's because I guess the mechanics are much more simplified because it is side scrolling.
yeah,
So they can do more complexity with other things, and I'll be honest, like the gameplay loop itself is pretty still
yeah,
at moments,
yep,
and that's what probably gets is why I don't enjoy it as much.
yeah,
Again, like Minecraft, I normally play it with mods as well, so there's an argument there that like I haven't really played Terraria with mods, so I guess I'm also doing it a disservice by that argument.
mm. I don't really shit on any show or badmouth any shows anymore that I used to um that I haven't seen.
Yeah,
And on top of that, looking at what's it called? Games. I never played a Call of Duty, but it seems like it's the most casual gamer's choice ever, and a whole bunch of people
yes.
play
I
it.
mean, it's got
So
some insane player numbers.
it and now that I've played it, I understand why people play it. I don't play it because of those exact reasons.
Yeah,
I'll play with a
I'm
couple of mates, sitting on the couch.
yeah.
But as soon as it comes to the online stuff, and I've played the online stuff, it's kind of
Yeah,
boring.
it's just not a great environment as well.
No, it's not. And I can say that about League too because I've played League. And when you're
Yes, I
playing
remember.
solo by yourself, not with your mates, even with your mates, you get fucking hammered for doing something wrong.
Yeah, it's because of the way the team game is, and it's really really hard to play in that sort of environment with it overall.
It is.
And that's why like I love the game to death, but I also hate League at the same time for that reasoning. That's why I've not played like on Summoner's Rift for literally I think since the last time Earth was out. Is the short answer. And before that, it was the same argument. Like I hadn't played it since the previous event that was interesting to me. I do not play on Summoner's Rift. I play ARAM because it's silly and fun, and I
Yes.
play TFT.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's TFT's fun. I haven't played it in so long because it it was I can't sit at my computer and play it, and
Yeah.
because I'd much rather be coding or playing another game that is I'm on the way to completing. Like I've got Warframe to catch on up on. That's what I'm doing at the moment, and I've got God of War
Mm.
Ragnarok to play through. So it's like,
That's because the benefit is that the mobile for TFT has gotten a lot better. It's still not great, but it is a lot better. So like couch gaming's not too bad for it now.
yeah. Oh, that's always
I
good.
will admit when I play TFT, I'm almost undoubtedly watching something.
Yeah, it's a casual game. It's not something
Yeah,
you sit there and.
it's a game designed to have two monitors. I really do believe that, and it's really fun to play like that.
Yes.
Um, because like don't get me wrong, it requires a good bit of brain power for me, especially because I do play it pretty seriously. To the aggravation of my friends.
Yup.
I do always feel bad for like it's because I play with Sin, right, and if I've died I will watch him, and then like it gets to certain points where like I just feel like I'm starting to basically play for him,
Yeah.
and I feel really incredibly bad because I'm just like I know he's asked for some of this advice but sometimes he doesn't, and I go like, hey, you should probably do that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I really need to just learn to shut the fuck up.
I understand.
All right, I don't think there's anything I've changed since the last time I pushed, other than deleting that one thing. That's fine. I'll leave that alone. I think I'm gonna call it here because, dear God, I do want to go have a shower before it's mid fucking day, and I go have some food because I haven't actually eaten anything today. I just realised that. No wonder I'm starting to get a bit peckish.
Yep.
So I'm gonna do my quick spiel. But I'll flick me a message when you are back to working, and I'll probably hop on if I'm not like drowned in cats watching anime.
Yeah, sweet as. I'll have a gander at Flutter after midday
Yeah. Cool.
and see how that
Because
works.
yeah, like it's completely down to what you feel comfortable with for doing that project. All right, I'm gonna hop off call here, and then I'll do my spiel of ending my stream, and I'll catch you later then, Max.
See you.
See ya.
Matatawa. Right. Um, I am going to be silent again because that is my standard. Uh,